If you're constantly anxious, exhausted, or stuck in overthinking, your body might not be broken. Your nervous system is just stuck in survival mode. And the worst part, you might not even realize it. This is why you can't relax, why you keep self sabotaging, and why no amount of positive thinking seems to fix it. Your body isn't working against you, it's trying to protect you. But if you don't get out of survival mode, it will keep running your life. So, what is survival mode? Survival mode isn't just feeling stressed, it's your body being stuck in a constant state of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. It's not just in your head, your nervous system is actually wired to keep you hyper alert and reactive. There's a few states that your nervous system can be in at any given time. I briefly touched on this in my last video, but there's flight, fight, freeze, fawn. I don't think I mentioned fawn, but there's fawn, and regulated, which is called ventral. I'll go over the most common things that will be running through people's heads in each of these states to help you identify which state that you might be in. If you're in fight, you'll be thinking things like, I have to push back or hurt them before they hurt me. I'm so angry, I can't let this go. I have to win. I need to prove I'm right, and I won't let them disrespect me. If you're in flight, you might be thinking things like, I need to stay busy. I need to get out of here. Something bad is going to happen. If I just keep moving, I'll be okay. I can't handle this. If I stop, everything will fall apart. Or I need to avoid this at all costs.
Hey guys, I'm editing and I realized I completely forgot to record the part for fawn. So for fawn, you might be thinking things like, I don't want to upset them. If I just agree, this will be over faster. I have to be useful so they don't reject me. It's safer to go along with what they want. My needs don't matter right now, and I have to keep them happy.
In freeze, you might be thinking things like, I'm fine. I can't do this. Nothing matters. I'm better off alone anyway. It's whatever. I feel like I'm watching this happen from the outside. I feel like I'm watching my life from the outside. I feel stuck. I just want to disappear. I don't know what to do anymore. If you're in ventral or you feel safe, you might be thinking, I feel connected. I'm safe. I can handle this. I don't have to do this alone. I feel present and open. I trust myself and others. And it's okay to slow down and enjoy this moment. Your body isn't designed to stay in survival mode forever, but if stress, trauma, or burnout have kept you stuck there, it becomes your default state. And most people don't even realize it. Your body doesn't enter survival mode for no reason. It's a response to something. Your nervous system isn't broken, it's adapting to what it thinks is a dangerous world. But if you don't reset it, it will keep running your life on autopilot. Here are the biggest red flags that your nervous system is trapped in survival mode. First is your brain is always in overdrive, overthinking everything, constantly analyzing conversations, decisions, and worst case scenarios. You might feel on edge all the time, like you're waiting for something bad to happen. You might experience brain fog and forgetfulness because your mind is so overloaded it struggles to retain information. You might struggle to focus. Even simple tasks feel overwhelming and you procrastinate a lot. This is because your brain is wired for threat detection, not deep thinking, so it keeps you in hyper awareness mode. The second sign is you're always tired, but just can't seem to relax. You're exhausted, but wired at the same time. You feel drained, but can't slow down. You struggle to fall or stay asleep. Your nervous system won't fully shut off. Resting feels uncomfortable. You feel guilty, restless, or anxious when you try to slow down. And there's constant tension in your body, whether it's a tight jaw, clenched fist, stiff neck, or knots in your stomach. Your body is stuck in high alert mode, making it hard to shift into real rest and recovery. The third sign is you struggle with emotional regulation. Small things trigger big reactions. Someone cutting you off, a text left unread, or a minor inconvenience sets you off. You might either feel too much or nothing at all. Your emotions swing from overwhelming to numb and dissociated. You might avoid conflict or people please just to keep the peace. Or you might struggle to feel happy or safe even when life is good. Your nervous system is stuck in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, making emotional balance feel impossible. Another sign is you're stuck in survival-based behaviors. You might self-sabotage. You avoid things that could move you forward because change feels unsafe. You might stay in toxic relationships or environments, not because they're good for you, but because they're familiar. You might struggle with decision-making. Every choice feels overwhelming, so you freeze up. Or you might keep numbing out, scrolling, binge-watching, emotional eating, or overworking to avoid feeling anything. This is because your body is focused on short-term survival, not long-term growth. The last sign is your body shows physical signs of chronic stress. For example, digestive issues like bloating, IBS, nausea, loss of appetite. Unexplained body pain like back pain, migraines, muscle tension, hormonal imbalances like irregular periods, low libido, and adrenal burnout, or a weakened immune system like you get sick easily or take forever to recover. The reason for this is long-term stress shuts down digestion, immunity, and hormone regulation because your body prioritizes survival over everything else. All of your energy will be going towards that and surviving and constantly looking for threats rather than going towards resting, digesting, and being in balance. So the first thing that survival mode does is it rewires your brain for fear and overthinking. Your brain gets stuck in survival mode loops, constantly scanning for threats, even when there aren't any. Survival mode also causes overthinking and intrusive thoughts to increase because your brain thinks analyzing everything will keep you safe. And you'll struggle to focus or make decisions since your nervous system is wired for reaction, not deep thinking. In the long term, this can lead to things like brain fog, memory issues, ADHD like symptoms, anxiety, and decision paralysis. The third thing that survival mode does is it causes you to attract toxic relationships and situations. Your nervous system craves what it knows. If chaos was normal for you growing up, or if you're used to that in your relationships, peace will feel unfamiliar and unsafe. Another thing is you'll mistake intensity for connection, leading to relationships that are unstable, stressful, or emotionally draining. In the same vein, you'll struggle to set boundaries because fawning, or people pleasing, is a survival response. The long term effects of this are repeating toxic patterns, attracting emotionally unavailable people, and staying stuck in draining environments. The fourth thing survival mode causes is you're always tired, but you just can't relax. You can't relax because your body doesn't feel safe. Your nervous system won't let you rest. Even when you finally get time to relax, you feel restless, numb, or dissociated. Another part of this is that your sleep gets disrupted. You might have insomnia, light sleep, or wake up feeling exhausted no matter how long you were asleep for. You rely on stimulation to feel alive. Scrolling, caffeine, drama, or overworking become ways to keep going. The long term effects of this are brutal. It can lead to chronic fatigue, adrenal burnout, and never feeling fully present in your life. And the last effect of survival mode is you self sabotage without even realizing it. You procrastinate or avoid things that matter because your nervous system equates big change with danger. You'll shut down opportunities since your body is wired to expect disappointment or failure. You'll get stuck in the same patterns because survival mode makes you repeat what feels familiar, even if it's unhealthy. And the long term effects of this are staying stuck in the same cycles, missing out on growth, and never feeling fully in control of your life. If you don't break the cycle, your body will keep running on cortisol, a stress hormone, even when you're safe. So here's how to get out of survival mode before it wrecks your life. If your nervous system has been stuck in survival mode for too long, your body no longer knows how to relax. You can't think your way out of it. You have to show your nervous system that you're safe. Here's what actually works to break free and reset your system. The first thing you have to do is teach your body safety. Your brain can't think its way out of survival mode. You have to show your body it's safe. Your brain isn't the problem. Your body is stuck in a stress loop. You have to physically signal to your nervous system that the threat is over. You can do this through vagus nerve activation, which involves slow, deep breathing, long exhales to calm the system, humming or singing, which stimulates the vagus nerve. You can put cold water on your face or a cold shower, which forces a reset. You can also try TRE, which stands for tension and trauma release exercises. Shaking and tremoring release stored stress from your body like animals do after a threat. You can also try grounding practices. Lay on the floor or go outside and put your bare feet on the ground. You can also use deep pressure, like weighted blankets, self hugs, or squeezing your arms. Your nervous system learns through the body, not logic. These techniques will tell it that you're safe. The second thing you need to do is reduce overstimulation. If you're always scrolling, multitasking, or overstimulated, your brain never gets a break. So cut back on excess caffeine because it keeps you wired in fight or flight. Cut back on doom scrolling and overstimulation because your nervous system doesn't know the difference between real stress and TikTok stress. You getting yelled at by your boss is the same thing to your nervous system as getting mauled by a bear. Stress is stress. Another thing you can do is cut back on high intensity workouts if you're already in burnout mode, because that will just make it worse. Instead, replace it with slow, nervous system friendly movement like yoga, walking, mobility exercises, or even low intensity weightlifting sessions. You can also do low stimulation activities like spending time in nature, reading, and sitting in silence, because your body has to learn that peace is safe. The reason why this works is if your nervous system is already maxed out, Adding more stress, even good stress like exercise, will keep you stuck. And the last thing you can do is rewire your nervous system through small, safe steps. If you grew up in chaos or you're used to it, calm will feel unsafe at first. You need to slowly introduce safety. Some regulation tools you can practice daily are body scans. Check in with how your body feels instead of ignoring it. You can try orienting. Look around the room and remind your brain, I am safe right now. You can even pick a favorite object in the room and try and describe it. Another thing you can do is sensory resets, like listening to calming sounds, drinking warm tea, or using essential oils to shift your state. And another part of this is setting boundaries with stress triggers. This involves limiting stressful people and environments where possible, creating a nighttime routine that signals safety before bed, and saying no more often to protect your energy. The reason why this works is if you don't actively rewire your nervous system, it will keep defaulting to survival mode. Small daily changes retrain your body to stop running on stress. And I want to emphasize the word small here because you only have a certain window of tolerance if you're in survival mode. And if you're in that state and you have been for a while, some people are in it for years, then you're not going to be used to being in ventral, at least not for very long. And it might feel overwhelming actually to feel safe. So it's really important to introduce safety bit by bit so that you can increase that threshold of tolerance over time. Cortisol, a stress hormone, even when you're safe. But here's what actually works. One thing you can do is teach your body safety.
If you're stuck in survival mode, you're not alone. But you don't have to stay stuck. I'm going to keep breaking this down, so hit subscribe and let's actually heal together.